I had high hopes on doing this thing properly, but given the fact I've been burnt out, had this news weighing on my conscience, had a full-time job, and to top it all off, this sickness, I've been finding it really, really difficult to get motivated for it. So let's just get it out there. And look, if anyone's going to say anything wise about this, just don't. Hello, I'm Nora. For the last 30 years of my life on this planet, I've been operating on undiagnosed autism. For the last 20 years of my life, I have been struggling with it. But since the 19th of January 2024, I had an official autism adult diagnosis to declare, yes, the thoughts in my head for the last few months have in fact been autism. Yes, you can just look at me and the attitude and the way I go on and go, wow, you're pretty autistic. Yeah, right. Ugh. I needed to get an official diagnosis for the sake of myself. Because, yeah, I always have sort of felt it's there. And whilst self-diagnoses are totally valid, I myself needed to know in my soul that I did have it. Because here's what I'm up against, right? For the last 20 years of my life, I am pretty sure if I had the diagnosis, life would have turned out vastly different. I probably would have gotten help in secondary school, probably would have gotten help with driving, so I probably would actually be driving a car right now. I probably would have gotten assistance with courses I was doing and gotten a different education altogether and taken a completely different path in life. But you know what? I wouldn't trade this position for the world. Sure, it's hard, stressful, but you know what? I love it. I love the fact I've met so many wonderful people on this path. Hell, in a sense, I actually was a pretty big loner before all this. So, yes, it's difficult. Yes, I do feel like crying. Because this is news I always knew in my heart. And I needed to chase up an official diagnosis that cost about €800. And yes, it took me about 6 to 8 months worth of waiting because Irish mental health care is just diabolical. They don't even have any public services for adult diagnoses. The doctor literally told me you'll go on a waiting list. That's how terrible it is. Waiting list for a service that does not exist because health, both physical and mental in Ireland, is pretty terrible. I do want to make a more cheerful video. I do want to continue making my videos. So here's my plan. At the end of this month, I will have been working 6 months in my current job. And once that's done, I'll pass the probationary period that basically says, yeah, I've worked well enough not to get fired. The job does not know I have been diagnosed with autism. When I do pass my probation, I fully intend to quit, hand in my notice, and then go on support services. It's considered and classified as a disability in Ireland, so I plan to go on social welfare for a while and then seek out the autistic support services that my doctor advised I look into and put me in touch with. This will mean I'll have far more free time to focus on streaming and content creation whilst I try and understand the last 20 years of operating on autism without knowing. Because honestly, it feels like I've been playing a game without knowing the rules, and I've been trying to figure them out the last 20 years. And for the first time in many, many years, it's like a light has been turned on. I'm no longer surrounded by the darkness of my mind. Because it has been tough. It's been really, really tough. The important thing, though, I find is, due to that Like I mentioned it in a previous life update video, the mental health hospital I was sent to, that was a misdiagnosis. They diagnosed me with depression and sent me there instead of getting an autism test because it still isn't quite fully understood. It's not just a line. Better autistic people have said it than I possibly could. But it's not just a line, it's a spectrum. It isn't just a 0 or a 1, it's analog. It can be decimal points between 0 and 1. It's like a rainbow. It is like the color palette inside a computer. And I'm on that. And yeah. If anyone's going to say, well, no shit, Sherlock, look, wise ass, just go away. I'm Nora Hatter, and I'm on the autistic spectrum, and I'm sure it was painfully obvious, but I needed to know for myself. At the end of this month, I fully intend to do more, start doing more things. But for now, my lack of motivation is making it difficult to make stuff. So I will just say this. I am autistic. And for the last 20 years of my life, I've been operating undiagnosed. And I fully intend to keep doing this because the Twitter, the YouTube, the streaming, in a manner of speaking, it's probably kept me alive. It's difficult to even talk about it because I've always held myself back. Masking, I believe they call it. I've always held myself back and tried to assure people that everything is fine and everything is okay, when inside the whole time I've been breaking down. But not anymore. Not anymore. We just need to get over this sickness and then we can start doing things more better. Ah, look, it's another Ramsey Life Update video, but this one was an important one. Thank you all so much, and yeah, I genuinely do love you all. Thank you all so much. Unscripted mind goes brr.